We know you want to get straight to the point, to really understand things quickly without getting bogged down. And that's what we aim for here.
Exactly. Get the core knowledge efficiently.
So today we're diving into SEO automation. Specifically, we're looking at a tool called SEO Juice, using information directly from their own website.
Right. SEO Juice. It's an AI-powered tool, and it's designed to automate things like internal linking and various on-page optimizations.
Okay, internal linking, on-page stuff. These are notoriously time-consuming, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. That's the core problem they seem to be tackling. The sheer hours it takes to do this manually, especially on larger sites.
So our mission today is basically to understand what SEO Juice claims it can do, the potential benefits, and really what automating these SEO tasks might mean for saving time and improving performance.
Precisely. How much can actually be automated, and what difference does it make, according to them?
All right, let's talk about that time and cost saving then. It sounds like a big promise. What's the picture they paint?
Well, they give this before scenario. Imagine you have a 1,000-page website.
Okay.
If you hire consultants, they estimate maybe $2,400 a month just for manual internal linking.
Just for linking. Wow.
Yeah. Then maybe another $1,500 for alt text and accessibility work, perhaps $2,000 for a technical audit, another $1,000 for monitoring.
So we're talking close to $7,000 a month.
Around $6,900, plus, the opportunity cost, the time it takes to implement everything.
That's significant. And the after scenario with SEO Juice.
Big contrast. For that same 1,000-page site, they put their cost at around $100 a month.
100 compared to nearly 7,000.
Yeah, they claim that's about a 98.5% cost reduction. It's a pretty bold claim.
Extremely bold. So how? What's the tech doing to make that possible?
It really comes down to automating specific features. They talk about smart internal linking, using AI to figure out relevance and where to place links contextually.
Okay, so not just randomly throwing links around.
Hopefully not, no. Then there's automated WCAG compliance checks for accessibility. That's huge these days.
Important for users and SEO.
Definitely. Plus, automated technical SEO fixes, like 24/7 monitoring and unlimited audits, apparently. And AI for on-page stuff titles, alt texts, meta tags.
Right, the things that take ages to write and optimize manually. So if someone wants to try this, how do they start? What's the setup like?
They describe it as a 3-step thing. Seems pretty straightforward. First, you just give them your website URL.
So the AI can crawl it.
Exactly. Crawl and analyze the content. Then step 2 is installing a little bit of JavaScript code, a snippet, onto your site.
Ah, the classic snippet install. Compatible with most platforms.
They say it works with various CMS, yeah. So hopefully not too much hassle there. And then step 3 is, well, nothing. The platform supposedly takes over.
Just he starts working.
Starts scanning, finding linking opportunities, making optimizations automatically. That's the pitch.
That effortless internal linking part sounds very appealing. We all know how painful that can be. What's the main benefit they push for automating that?
The core idea is distributing what they call page authority more effectively across the site.
Like link equity or link juice, as some call it?
Exactly that concept. By creating these contextual internal links automatically, the goal is to spread that ranking power, make more of your pages visible, improve how users navigate the site, and ultimately, hopefully, drive more traffic and sales.
Makes sense. But it's not just internal linking, right? They mentioned full SEO automation.
Right. While linking is clearly a big focus, they position it as part of a broader suite. It includes optimizing meta tags, for better click-through rates from search results.
It's important.
Improving image SEO, suggesting keywords you might want to target, and even analyzing your content quality.
So a wider range of on-page factors.
Yeah, the goal seems to be boosting the overall visibility and relevance of lots of pages on your site, not just a select few.
It's always interesting to hear the why behind a tool. What's the origin story here?
It apparently came from the founder's own frustration. Vadim, the creator, he was running his own websites and just found himself spending, way too much time on manual internal linking and tweaking on-page elements.
Been there.
He quantifies it saying like 20+ hours a month for just a 500-page site, and that was only adding a couple of new articles.
20 hours. Just on that. You can see how that doesn't scale.
Not at all. And he makes a good point, trying to keep all the content of a growing site in your head to make good, relevant links. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, you forget what you published 6 months ago, let alone how it connects to the new stuff.
Exactly. So he built SEO Juice first for himself to solve his own problem, then realized other site owners, agencies, they probably face the same headache.
And decided to offer it more widely.
Right. And they make point of saying they're bootstrapped, self-funded, no debt.
Mhm.
They seem committed to staying that way.
Okay, so that's the story. We have the problem, the automated solution. What about proof? Do they offer evidence it actually works?
They do share some open startup data, which is
Mhm.
interesting, gives a bit of transparency.
Like what?
Things like the total number of websites using it, over 3,000, they say.
Hmm.
Hundreds of thousands of pages optimized, millions of internal links generated, tons of alt texts optimized, stuff like that.
Okay, activity metrics. What about results?
They also share some aggregated results from customer Google Search Console data, averaged over the last 6 months. They report an average improvement in search position, a negative change, which is good, meaning ranking higher, average position change of -1.7.
That's a solid improvement on average.
Yeah, and quite significant growth in impressions, nearly 100% average growth, and clicks up by an average of 75%.
Those are strong numbers if they're representative. Do they have testimonials too?
Yep, they include quotes from users. One highlights how easy it was to set up. Another specifically praises the time saved on internal linking, echoing the founder's own pain point.
That consistency is good.
And a third one, from a digital marketing director, mentions the software quality and the support they received. So covering a few different angles.
Right. What about agencies? People managing SEO for lots of clients. Is there anything specific for them?
Yes, they definitely target agencies. The pitch is automating tasks across all their client sites, linking, on-page stuff, even programmatic SEO elements, and accessibility improvements.
And they can present it as their own work.
They offer white labeling options, yeah.
Yeah.
So agencies can provide branded reports to clients powered by SEO Juice behind the scenes.
That's often key for agencies. And the setup across multiple sites.
That JavaScript snippet approach makes it relatively easy to deploy across many sites without deep integration work for each one.
Makes sense. Any claims about results for agency clients?
They suggest agencies using the tool could see organic traffic increases for clients in the range of 1.25x to 3x, and potentially up to a 25% increase in sales. Again, bold claims, but that's the potential they're highlighting.
Okay, let's just quickly run through the core features again, just to consolidate.
Sure. So you've got the on-page optimizations that covers images, content improvements, fixing broken links. There's white labeling for agencies, optimized accessibility, focusing on WCAG compliance, unlimited SEO audits, semantic content analysis, understanding the meaning of the content.
Set?
Right. Then the intelligent internal linking, which seems central. And finally, SEO impact tracking, which integrates with Google Search Console to show results.
Got it. And they really hammer home the cost-effectiveness angle, don't they?
They do. Constantly contrasting the sort of fraction of a euro cost per automated optimization against hiring expensive consultants, maybe 100 an hour or more.
So the argument is you get similar results to having a whole team.
But save a ton of money and potentially over 100 hours of manual work each month. They frame it as enabling more sustainable SEO because it's continuous and affordable.
Right. Makes optimization less of a massive project and more of an ongoing background process.
That seems to be the idea.
Looking at their site, are there other bits and pieces, other resources they offer?
Yeah, there's a section on why SEO Juice that lists keywords like automated SEO, cross-linking, privacy-focused, which might give more clues to their philosophy.
Okay.
They also mention a comparison section, presumably comparing themselves to competitors, though we haven't dug into that. And they offer some free SEO tools like a keyword density checker, alt text generator, things like that.
Could be useful little extras.
And a community section with blog posts and guides on topics like orphan pages, semantic search, local SEO, standard educational content marketing.
Okay, so pulling this all together from our dive into their materials, what's the main takeaway? What is SEO Juice really presenting itself as?
Essentially, it's positioned as this quite comprehensive AI tool designed to take over a lot of the necessary but often tedious on-page SEO work.
Internal linking, meta tags, alt text, technical checks.
Exactly. By automating those, the promise is significant savings in both time and money, leading ultimately to better search visibility and, business growth.
So it's about automating what they call the boring tasks.
Right. Freeing up humans, whether it's the business owner or the agency team, to focus on higher level strategy, content creation, link building, the things AI maybe can't do as well yet.
Which leads to a really interesting final thought for you, the listener. As tools like SEO Juice become more capable and more common, how does that change the game?
Yeah, how will the role of the human SEO evolve? What skills become more valuable when the foundational stuff is automated? And thinking about your own site, your own business, what new opportunities could this kind of automation unlock for you? Definitely something to ponder.